am really pleasantly surprised and impressed with the mix of songs on Disney Greatest Musicals. This is an album that I actually discovered through Amazon Music, and it starts off with Breaking Free from High School Musical, which I have to say, not one of my favourites. But it also does date it as well. This was released in 2008. I feel like if this album was released now, that probably wouldn't be number one on the album on disc one. But it's still a pretty entertaining, lively start. And once I kind of went through the album, I just kept thinking, this is full of surprises. And I was really pleasantly entertained. So I'm going to just go through the songs as I do when I discuss albums and kind of give some thoughts on some that I thought were really fascinating, that I hadn't expected to be in this. There's also a new favourite. There's a song in this that I'd heard because I've seen the film, but it's not a song that I would ever go to until now. So it's 2 discs. There is a total of 42 songs, so I'm just going to get straight into it. I'd love to know if your favourite song appears in this. My favourite Disney song. Do I have a favourite Disney song? I guess anything from Mary Poppins. There is Mary Poppins in this, but not my favourite Poppins. So we then have Bare Necessities from The Jungle Book, Circle of Life, Strangers Like Me from Tarzan, all pretty standard for this kind of album. Then we have Chim Cheree, Mary Poppins, of course. I love it, but it's unusual that that would appear above, say, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Be Our Guest, Beauty and the Beast, That's How You Know, Enchanted, I love Amy Adams, pretty standard. And then we have Thomas O'Malley from the Aristocats, which I love. I don't think I've ever had a Disney album or listened to a Disney album that's had that song on it, apart from the Aristocats soundtrack, obviously. And I was really, it's just so many little songs in this that I just thought that's unusual in a really pleasing way. Then we have a very common one, Under the Sea from Little Mermaid, What's This from The Fabulous Nightmare Before Christmas, and then one of my new favourites, One Jump Ahead from Aladdin. I've seen Aladdin, I've obviously heard the song, didn't really recognise it at first, very quickly placed where it was from because it mentions Aladdin and Abu, and it's very obvious once you listen to it. I really enjoyed it. It's a new favourite. Zero to Hero from Hercules, again, not usually the Hercules song that would be in a compilation album, so that's quite refreshing. Some obvious ones though, Give a Little Whistle, I Just Can't Wait to Be King. You Are the Music in Me from High School Musical 2, maybe not that obvious. And another one that's not obvious is The Age of Not Believing from Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Again, Bedknobs and Broomsticks doesn't frequently appear in Disney compilations, but when it does, it's certainly not this song. It's a beautiful song, sung of course by Angela Lansbury. Really, really beautiful. Alice in Wonderland, another surprise, All in the Golden Afternoon. And then we have some very obvious ones. Someday My Prince Will Come, Once Upon a Dream, Candle on the Water. Written in the Stars from Aida, which I haven't seen, and I wasn't aware of the music. So that's one that I'm going to have to explore in more detail. But the fact that there is a song on here that I have never heard shows they've put, as a big Disney fan, shows they put effort into actually getting some interesting songs in this and making it a good selection. And then the first disc ends with When You Wish Upon a Star. Disc 2, Happy Working Song, again from Enchanted. Then we have Two Worlds from Tarzan Musical. Not 100% familiar with the musical version. Then another surprise, Mary Poppins, Step in Time. One of my favourites, but not one I would have expected on this. I would have thought maybe Jolly Holiday or again Super Cali. Really, really refreshing to see that although it's the same kind of musicals that we're used to, they've put a little bit of thought into what songs to include. Human Again from Beauty and the Beast, The Bells of Notre Dame. Poor Unfortunate Souls from The Little Mermaid, which I don't remember, I don't recall. Certainly not one of the most popular songs from Little Mermaid. A couple more very obvious ones, Colours of the Wind, Reflection from Mulan, A Whole New World, Go the Distance from Hercules, which is usually one of the Hercules songs that would be included. I Want to Be Like You, Oogie Boogie's song, A Spoonful of Sugar, which is one of the Mary Poppins songs that I would have predicted. And then, Eating the Peach. Eating the Peach is on this. That's from James and the Giant Peach. Giant Peach, one of my favourite Henry Selick films, produced by Tim Burton, never appears in Disney music compilations. really thrilled. I mean, the song itself, I'm not that bothered by, but really genuinely pleased to see that in this. Then we have Belle, Beauty and the Beast, Seize the Day from Newsies. Never seen Newsies on a compilation from Disney. Then we have one I'm going to try this one again. Fortuosity from The Happiest Millionaire. I haven't seen it, not familiar with the song, so that was a nice introduction. Whistle While You Work, of course, very popular. Same with Baby Mine from Dumbo. And then we end with We're All in This Together from High School Musical. I kind of like the fact that it starts and ends with High School Musical, and I have to say, although I was never a High School Musical fan, I love that song. It's such an upbeat, fun, energetic way to end this album. I absolutely love this. This is a brilliant Disney album that's got some amazing, very popular songs and some lesser known songs that are absolutely worth checking out if you either like the Aladdin song, I couldn't remember it, or obviously maybe discovering them for the first time like I did with the song from Aida. Really, truly amazed at Disney Greatest Musicals. An absolutely fantastic album released in 2008. If you're a Disney fan, you must listen to this. It's amazing.